So hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to see a Python beginner level project. So are you really very struggling with your Python basics and do you want to write the code with confidence? Then this video is definitely for you. So in this video, I'm going to cover a project which covers from creating variable to creating loops and functions. So even though you're able to generate the Python code through AI, you need to understand the basics of the code, right? So that when you understand the basics of the code, you can actually refine the code and transform the code according to the way you want. So to do all these things with AI, you need at least the basics in Python. So to know that basics, you have to do the projects, the beginner level projects, to get that understanding. So today we are going to cover a basic beginner level project which is a calculator. Creating a calculator, it sounds to be very simple, but it involves many conditions and loops functions we are using in it. In a basic way I'll be telling to you. So if you want to revise your Python basics or if you are a complete beginner, this video is definitely helpful for you. So if you are really very serious about learning Python and want to build your fundamentals, then you can watch this video till end. So without taking too much time, let's go into the video. So guys, before going to our coding part of the project, I just want to show you the demo of the project. So once if you run the code, the terminal looks like this. It asks you to enter number 1, 4, and let's enter number 2, 5, and let's take multiplication symbol. And yes, the output is 20. It looks to be very simple, right? But let me try another input. For example, if the user enters hello, like it's a text, right? In the calculator, you cannot enter text, right? So if you do it like this, invalid input, try again. So it is again asking the number 1 only. So again I will type hi. So until the correct number you enter, it gives you like that. So 56, enter. Number 2 also I'll try. Okay, it is asking again to enter number 2 because I entered text, and 78. And here if I do minus, yes, it's giving minus 22 point. So this is our basic simple calculator. It's it looks like simple, but we are going to apply many conditions behind it. That's also very simple. If you just once practice the project, it will be very easy for you. So yeah, without wasting much time, let's go into the coding part right now. So guys, now let's enter into the coding part. So let me first just create like a variable. Let me create a variable. So let me close this. Yes, I think it's visible for you right now. Yeah, operand. So I will name the variable as operand. Operand 1 is equals to, I will ask the user to enter. So number 1, the number 1. I'll ask user to enter 1. And next operand 2, I'll create another variable and input number 2. Fine. Now I will ask the user to enter the sign. So plus or minus or that I'll ask the user. And now after this, yeah, I think it's fine now. Yes. Now we have to get into the arithmetic operators concept. So we all know there are mainly four parameters. That is plus, plus, minus, and plus, minus. And we have multiplication and division. Other than this, we also have two more parameters. Main two more parameters we have. That is modulus. That gives you the remainder. And the other thing is double hash, which actually stands for the exponent, like it gives you the power of the number. So we are going to use these all operators, and we are going to evaluate our answer. Okay, now how to evaluate this? So to do this we are going to use if else conditions. So if else block we are going to construct, and in that we are going to do it. So first let me enter if, and if, for example, the sign is equals to, that means we are comparing here. That's why I'm using double equal to here. For example, if you are assigning a is equals to 1, that is assignment. A is equals to 1. We are actually comparing whether the a is 1 or not. So here we are comparing whether the user entered sign is plus or not. Hope you understood it. So let me enter plus here, and let me enter indentation here, and let me create one variable that could be answer. So answer is equals to okay. Let me do this operation. Operand 1, which stands plus, and here operand 2. Yeah. Now the operation will be performed. And then after if, we will use the elif statement. So after if statement, we can use how many else statements we want, we can use according to our condition. So let me use elif, and again, the sign is equals to. Now let's compare with if it is minus or not. Now again, we will use indentation, and answer is equals to operator operand 1 less operand 2. Oh, sorry, here we will use minus. Okay, that's fine. And now we will use same thing for the multiplication, the division, the modulus, and finally the exponent also. Let me copy it. We come here and enter. Okay, paste it, enter, paste it, enter, paste it, uh, paste it. So hope I think these are enough. Okay, after subtraction, we will do the multiplication, right? So let me enter that multiplication here also, and the division symbol. Okay, the division. And here we will again use the modulus, which gives us the reminder. And then we are actually going to give the double hash, which stands for power, right? Let's give power. Okay, now this is the code that we got from our understanding. Now let's try to run it. Now, yes, it is asking the input. See, it is asking the input. So now let me enter 2 and let me enter 3. Now the answer should be 2 plus 3, 5, right? Okay, I will enter. I'm entering the sign. Now the answer should be 2 plus 3, 5. But the answer is we did not get the answer. Okay, because we forgot to print the variable. That's right. It's my bad. Let's print it. Yeah. Now let's run it again. Okay, let me delete it to be clear and clean for you. Okay, now we are entering 2 and we are entering 4 and then we are entering sign. Now 2 plus 4 should be 6, right? Now we are getting 24. Why? Because we are taking the input as string value. So it is storing that as string variable. So we have to convert it as int. So that's where we will use the int. If you're able to keep int here, it will be taking the input as int only. So that is one of the main part here. So I have to take the input as int. Okay, fine. Now let's again try to run our code. So the number 1 is 1, number 2 is 3, and the sign is plus. Yes, now we are getting the correct value. But wait, let me run my code again and let me try giving another type of input. For example, if I give 6 and number 2 as 5.6, okay, now we are getting error. So that means int is also not the correct value. Then what is the correct value? Yes, you have guessed it correct. We have to give it as float. So if you're able to run, it will be running fine. So let me show you that. So I'll give 5.4. Let me give 5.4.5 again. And let me do minus. Yes. And it's giving the exact answer that we want. And rest of the thing is fine, but another thing we have to mention in division is that if the denominator is 0, for example, 3 divided by 0, now that leads to 0 division error. We have to mention that. See, we did not give any condition for that, right? So let me ask this on number 3, and here I'll give 0. Now I'll give division, and see, here we are getting error. So 0 division error, we have to, handle this error. So for that, you know, I will use if condition only. So let me uh, give if, and in this if I will, if the operand 2 is not equal to 0, this would execute. See, the condition can be given in any way. I'm giving in this way. according to your wish, your conditions, you can actually take it. See, if the operand 2 is not equal to 0, this code will execute. Okay. Don't forget to give the indentation. And else if that doesn't work, if the denominator is given 0, in this case, we will print it as 0 division error. Yeah. And yeah, I think this is it. Now let's try to run our code again. Okay, fine. The number one is let us take 2 and let us take 0 and let us take symbol as divided. And okay, the new answer is not defined. Okay, let us we forgot to initialize this answer variable. So let us initialize to 0. So that's why we are getting this error. So understanding this errors also is very, very important. Yeah. Okay, let me try to run the code again. It's number 1, 2, 0. Sign is divided. Yes, we are getting 0 division error. Yes, so it's working fine. Okay. Now everything is fine, but the thing is, if the so for example, if I entered, so there will be different persons, different users. So if I enter something called as hello, now it is generating an error. So now we have to get it, it is an invalid input we have to get when we enter any text. So for that, what we have to do? So for that, again, another concept in the Python will be introduced, that is try except block. So you can use that try except block, that is very interesting, and we can handle the errors that we are getting. So let me write it try. We can just copy this all and we can paste it above this. Yeah, fine. Now let me if try operand 1, operand, where is it? Yeah, operand 1 is equals to, let us convert it as float, operand 1. So let me remove it here, because let us handle directly in the try block only. So let me remove this. Yeah, try operand 1. So we are actually trying it to convert into float. So if this did not happen, then we will return, sorry, accept. Sorry. So accept, we will use a print statement, invalid, we can say invalid input. Okay, I think this is fine. For operand 1, this is fine. Okay. Let me enter operand 2 as well here only. Operand 2 or 2, 2. Yeah. Let me convert as float here itself, and operand 2, right? Yeah. So yeah. So I think this is fine right now. Now I think we have to get, when we enter text, now we have to get this statement, invalid input. Now let me try to run the code. Okay, what is the number 1? Let us give high. Okay, let us give low. Okay, it's adding some. Okay, now it is getting invalid input. That's fine. But the thing is, uh, it is concatenating these two things, right? This should not happen. Now, to overcome this, what you have to do is, it's very simple. Let's, you have to just copy this whole code, what we have, this one. I hope it is visible right now. Let's copy this, Control X, and we can just, paste it here. So, and to avoid the indentation, just click on the tab, and here it's a tab. Fine. Now let us try to run our code. So here the number 1, enter I, hello, plus. Yes, we are getting invalid input. So yeah, I think we have handled this. I think this is our code, but somewhat other changes also I want to make this in code. For example, if I enter number one, I'm getting invalid input, and we have to ask the user until he gives the correct input. So that means until that condition become true, we have to ask the user multiple times to give the correct input. So for that, what is coming in your brain? So same repeated task we are using, right? So for that, we will use loops. You guys did right. We will use loops here. So let me try to use while loop here. So hope you know while loop, right? So it's very simple kind of thing. So while if the condition becomes true, it's very simple. Uh, if the condition becomes true, all the statements which are in the under this block will be executed. That's it, right? So now let us try to use this try here, while true here. So for that, what I'll do is I will copy this operand one and let me keep it here and star here. Okay. Now, let us try to use break statement. So now what is the function of break statement? Means it comes out of the loop. So whenever this condition becomes true, it comes out of the whole loop. So let me try to use except here. Let us copy this except down except we have. So let us copy this and we can just, paste here. Okay. If you just paste here, why we are getting this? Okay. Sorry, English. Okay. Now operand one. So now we have to define this operand one, right? So let us copy this and let us just paste here. Okay. Now we are asking operand one and try if this works, it will break and go out to the remaining code. And if this doesn't work, it will print invalid input. Until the user enters the correct input, this loop will be repeating only. So yeah, so I think the remaining thing is fine. You have to, just clean this up and enter into the next. If backspace, space. Formatting something is not working here right now. Okay, fine. Do that. Okay, I think the code is absolutely fine. Let me do it. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, the number one. Number one, let us enter as file. Okay, it's asking invalid input. I will enter hello. Okay, it is asking invalid input. Okay, appreciate. So again, I have to try. So let me give two and let me give five here. Now it is going because we have didn't do it for that number two. Let us do that. That's not a problem. So here we are getting an error. So let us handle that. So same what we have did for the operand one. Let us same do it for the operand two also. While true, let us change it as two. And here itself two. We can do it. And here also let's make it as two operand two. Yeah, that's fine. So we can delete this directly and I think the rest of the thing is fine. We can just move this sign to Word. Yeah, I think the rest of the thing is fine, but here let me change it as number two, or we'll get confused again. So this is the whole code at present with the loops. So we are asking the user to enter input one, and if we are converting that into float, and if we did enter text, if we enter text, we will get invalid input. Okay, let us keep, no, try again. We will try again here, and here also try again. Okay, I think then we are actually we can delete this. Yeah, now we are initializing the variable and we are comparing each of the signs, and in the division we are actually going here and we are handling this. This error also that is also fine. Now let's try to run our code. So if you see here, let me enter hi. Okay, invalid input, try again. 4. Okay, hi. Invalid input, try again for number 2. 5. Now the enter plus. Okay, now I think it's working fine, right? So as we thought, it's working very well. And but if you see in this code, we are actually repeating the same while loop two times. Now, is it a good type of programming? Definitely not, right? So for this, we are going to another concept that is called as functions. So if you are able to use functions in your program, the same code cannot be repeated. It can be we can reuse that function anywhere in the program. So the reusability, will be very helpful for reusability. So, now let's just create the function. So in Python, we can, that, right? We will create the function by creating using def keyword. So let me keep, no, the function name as get number. Okay, get number. And then we can enter this while loop here. So let me correct the indentations. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah. So we are asking, we are actually created a function, and now the specialty in the function is we can return a value. So when we return a value, that returned value can be used anywhere in the code. Anywhere in the code we can use. So let me show you that. Return operand one. So we have operand one here, right? Now we can use this operand one anywhere in the program. So how we can use that? Let me show you. Uh, Let me create an x, like a z variable, and z is equals to, let me call this function. We call this function, and if I print z here, this will be actually done. So this is how we actually use the return keyword. So, but the problem here is, see, we have break here and we have return here. Almost both functionalities will be same. When the break uses, it will be coming out of the loop, and when we uses the return, it comes out of the function. So instead of doing like this, we can directly write return here only, so that our code will be coming in number of less number of lines, so that it will be helpful for us. So return float. Yeah, we can handle this except. Okay. Now I think everything is fine. Okay, let me change it as operand only. Operand. And let me tell here operand is equals to, let me give it a input. Sorry, number only. Number one. Okay. And operand. Let me use the operand only. Yeah, I think it's fine. Now we have to use this code in operand one and operand two. Now the using is really very simple. You can just create operand one variable. I have deleted before. So operand one is equals to, we can just call the function. So when we call the function only, it will work. So without calling, it won't work. So get number. Yeah. So after this, we will use the operand two, and is equals to get number. Okay, get number. Okay, I think this is also fine. Now I think we can delete this, right? Yeah. So after this, let me move this up. Yeah. I think it's completely fine right now. Yeah. So I think no need of this statement, I think. Yeah. I think the code is fine right now. Let us try to run it. Hope this is visible for you. So let me enter hi. Invalid input, try again. 5.6. Okay, it is asking again number one. It should actually number two, right? Okay, we can actually do that in a very simple way. We can actually perform some, string concatenation. If you do, we are able to get that. Let me enter 7. Okay, let me enter some text only. Okay, invalid input, try again. So let me enter 7.5. Okay, fine. Let me give plus. And yes, it's 13.5. It's working fine, but we need to get a number one, number two, like that, right? So now another thing we are going to uh, introduce is that parameters in the function. So now if you are going to use the parameters, the parameter can be used anywhere in the function. So let me take the parameter as num. So let's take number, and we can enter that number here. So here we will give that parameter here. So this is operand 1, right? So this is operand 1. I'll give 2 here. So these are the parameters that I'm passing into the function. Now let us use this num. So let me delete it. Yes. Let me use this num here and yes. Yeah, and then we can actually, yeah, do this. Yes, now let us try to run. I hope something error will come, I think, because yes, exactly, because can only concatenate string to string. So it is int value and this is string value. So we have to convert it to string. So let me convert it. And now let us try to run the code. Yes, it is working fine. Let me enter 5. Invert the input, try again. Let me enter 5. Okay, let's 5. And invert input, try again. Okay, let me enter 4. And let me enter less. And yes, we are getting 9.0. I think this is our final code. This is how we actually want the code looks like. And yes, let me do, I think we can add else statement here, right? So other than this sign, if the user entered any other sign, answer is equals to, sorry, we can use directly print, right? So print, we can, tell invalid sign. Yes, that's okay. And this is our final code. So we have used the function concept. So we have created a function and we have created a while loop and we're asking the user to enter the number and we are using try except block to handle that text. If we enter text, we will be, it will be getting showing like this. And we are converting that into float because we want it in points. And yes, we are actually calling the function with the parameters and we are actually asking the sign and we have initialized the variable to 0 and the rest of the thing is same. We are actually asking the sign and comparing the sign according to the sign. We are actually doing the things over here. So I think this is it. The code is working very well. So you can just practice the code once and you can all the concepts what we have used here will be definitely revised. So from creating of variable, from comparing, from using if elif and else blocks, and from here also we have used try except block, and also we have used while loop and we have created a function. So all these concepts can be revised if you practice this one project. So you'll also know how to use this type of, when you keep on doing this, you will know how to use this in the further projects. So hope you liked this video. So until now you are watching means you are very much interested in Python to learn it. So definitely I'll make future projects for beginners, so that it will be definitely helpful for you.